chosen ones, empaths, this mistake the narcissist made in losing you is something they find themselves facing every day. You know, replaying events that happened. It's hard for them losing an empath. And we always hear about how the narcissist is this being that can go around, can hurt people's feelings. But there is something beneath all of that. All of the drama, all of the chaos, all of the devaluation, all of the manipulation. There is a being that formed an attachment with you. They did form an unhealthy attachment, an obsession. Whether this was love bombing you or hurling abuse at you, they loved your reaction. They loved how you responded. Even in the most chaotic times, they loved how you responded. It fed them. It fed them supply. And what's not often talked about is the value you actually have. And they've tried to make you fall asleep to your value. This is what this is all about. This is a spiritual battle that's gone on for as long as time. There's evil and good. And they wanted to make you fall asleep to not realize that you actually possess a lot of potential. You possess so much potential. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help a brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But you have this potential. Like, you're so much more. And you do realize it upon when the relationship ends. Like leaving the relationship or the relationship ending. After a little bit of time, you do realize, like, nah, hold on a minute. I'm worth so much more than what I was treated like. The way I was treated, the way there was no reciprocation, the way I was abused, I don't deserve that. And you've got so many capabilities and talents. You as an empathetic individual that you are, I believe you're chosen to be that way. Yes, sometimes it can be hard because of the suffering that goes on in the world and it affects us, you know, but the narcissist now is so accustomed to the way that you used to do things. They grew so accustomed to the way you used to do things. You know, they actually get blinded, more or less, because they think there's someone like you out there. They believe they can find others like you. And this is the most silly mistake they make, is thinking they can meet others like you. Not understanding that although you're an empath, although you've been chosen to be that way, you are still a unique individual. And you, as a unique individual that I'm talking to now, you have something different to a lot of mankind. You have something different to all of mankind. Because there's something that you offer as an individual. If you are in a romantic relationship, there's something that you offer to your other half, to your partner, that is very powerful. You love seriously. You love wholeheartedly. You're empathetic. You're pure. You're genuine. You're kind. You're honest. You're true. All of these things are very rare. But the way you do them is even more rare because it's unique. The way that you actually utilize all of your talents and gifts. And the thing is we are directing this all towards the narcissist. They've got our full attention. When we're in the relationship, especially early on, or when things weren't so bad, they had our full attention. We were fully plugged in to this dynamic. And them treating you in the way that they did, ending it the way they did. These lot are like so immature. And they know it. They know it. They know it, especially after the way they handled things. You know, if you lot are not on speaking terms, you're not bound by children, and they don't have any communication with you, this absolutely destroys them. The best you're going to get if you do have children with them, and there's nothing wrong with this is just as powerful, is totally physically checking out of the relationship and the dynamics of partners and grey rocking them. You know, that's just as powerful. But for those of us who are not connected in any way by children, etc., us being unavailable, they can't just waltz in our life. You know, this they hold responsible for themselves. They hold that down to themselves of the way that they handled it. And for those of you that are still allowing them in, you know, you really need to consider what I'm saying. You need to detach from the narcissist for them to truly realize what you are and the mistakes they've made. And losing you is a big mistake. They really struggle with this. They struggle with this. They can't find anyone like you. They can't find anyone like you. And it grates on them. They go into new relationships. Sometimes they cling to them. Sometimes they rush through loads of them. They just don't find anyone like you. And they have the remembrance of you. They never find you. And I remember the narcissist said to me towards the end, you know you'll never find this again. And I responded, I know. Because it's true, right? I'm not going to find that again that I had with the narcissist. It won't be exactly the same. I can find better. I know I can find better. They was trying to insinuate that I won't be able to find better. I know I can find better. But that was also a projection from themselves in them actually knowing at the time that they won't find me again. And I think they already knew that. But they become so reluctant, they become so wanting to destroy me, right? They become so, their desire was all about destruction and wanting to destroy me. So it superseded their feelings of knowing that they won't find me again. Their own family said, you're very fortunate. They told the narcissist that they were very fortunate to have me. Their own dad said that. I just took it lightly at the time. And I'm not trying to inflate myself here. I'm not trying to say I'm the best thing here. I'm telling you that we are great. And we don't deserve the abuse that we had. This is a spiritual war that we was in. Between good and evil. And you are a good person. And you know, sometimes I talk about that we need to turn dark and we need to turn dark towards toxic people. And yes, I believe we do. We do need to turn our lights out to certain individuals. But that still doesn't mean that we treat everyone like that. We don't need to treat the shopkeeper like that or whoever in society. We don't need to treat people all meanly, you know. But certain individuals like the narcissist and other toxic friends and family, yes, we do need to like literally detach and cut people off. But this is the one thing that makes them know, is when you check out, when you detach, they begin to know about their mistakes they made. Also when they check out. Also when they move forward. Them moving forward is a constant reminder of everything that they will never find in a person like you again. Constantly reminded at every waking moment, in every interaction, in every waking moment they spend with these new supplies, they are constantly reminded how they're not you. They're also constantly reminded about ways when the narcissist used the power of suggestion to make the new supply act in accordance to the way that you used to behave. Through the power of suggestion, they do this. They make them start to do things, even down to what you used to do in the bedroom. They'll try and make them do that. But then that's a curse of its own, because they've got someone who's acting in a way that you used to act. They've got someone behaving in the way that you used to behave to some degree, but it's still not you. So this causes them deep upset. You see, it's not talked about enough. It's not talked about enough. The narcissist is not this infallible creature that is able to hurt everyone and they don't have any feelings. The narcissist has a lot of feelings. They're very in their feelings. They get hurt easily. They get hurt very easily, in fact. The amount of injuries you inflicted, the amount of suffering you caused the narcissist, just you being yourself, your true, authentic self, you know? You speaking your truth and walking in your authenticity angered the narcissist. They enjoyed it because they knew they could trust you. But still, it was a reflection of everything they're not. And they pretended to be everything they're not. They are. They pretended to be everything. I mixed it up there. They pretended to be everything that you wanted them to be. That they pretended to be just like you. They were never like you. And they resented you for who you were. They were envious of who you were. They were angered by who you were. This caused them deep upset. No one talks about this. They're jealous. They're very jealous. And I don't care what the narcissist has said to you, the way they've tried to portray their current situation or anything like that. If you know that you wholeheartedly gave your whole heart, you were true, you were honest, you were loyal, you were loving, you were kind. And I'm not saying you were perfect. I'm saying you done the best of your capabilities at the time. You lived up to your potential at the time towards the narcissist. Then I know that the narcissist will be suffering now, because the world is not filled with people like that. The world's not filled with kind souls. There's so much evil in the world and so many evil people. So to come across someone like you and to have you for a period of time, for however long that lasted, that's something they won't find again. A lot of you are very spiritual. That's rare in itself too. A lot of you are awake now, at least. You might have been partly awake or slowly awakening through the process, but you're awake now. And that's the main thing, and that's all that matters. And please, we cannot I'm not telling you this stuff about how the narcissist feels with them feeling like they've made a mistake. I'm not telling you this for you to reconnect and rekindle with them. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you this to actually close the door and to understand that you're dealing with someone who's very unstable and makes terrible decisions. If you were to take this person back, you were to give them another opportunity, it's going to end the same way. It's going to be bad. Maybe momentarily it might be great. Love bomb again. You might feel like everything's perfect and hunky-dory. But it's very quickly going to go south. It's very quickly going to go south. And then they're going to go through the whole process again. You know, you have the strength in you now. Everything's about what you want to do with your life. It's a natural thing to desire to want a companion. But we got to make sure we make the right choices in that area. No time to waste. No time, and I don't mean no time to waste like we need to rush out there now. I mean no time to waste with wasters. With people that ain't worth our time. We haven't got time for that. There's literally no time for that. So, just understand that the narcissist knows they made a mistake losing you. They have these constant reminders day in, day out. We've experienced hoovers, some of us have, some of us will. These hoovers continue on for years after. And they'll always feel that feeling inside, knowing they destroyed and lost the precious jewel that you really are. No one gives you the credit. No one gives you the validation and makes you realize how truly special you are. To love like you did, to care like you did. To actually give part of yourself in the way that you did. I know it was to the wrong person, but still, you sowed good seeds then. And you'll reap what you sow. You'll actually receive blessings for what you did. It could have been a few years ago. Those trees might only grow into fruition. You know, those seeds that you planted might only grow into fruition later on. Maybe a few years' time. Because I'm seeing the benefits of the way that I orientated my life in some years back now. Maybe even 8 years ago, 10 years ago. Things that I was doing in my life, sowing good seeds. I'm actually receiving the blessings now. And sometimes this is the way it works out for us. So, understand it wasn't wasted. You was putting out good energy, you know, regardless what you was met with. Regardless that you was met with deviance and evil and stuff like that. Regardless of that, you was still expressing a good energy about you. And where energy goes, energy flows. And you will receive blessings in abundance for what you did, for what you endured, for the positive, good person that you are and what you was trying to bring to the world. You saw a glimpse. You were given a glimpse, and it wasn't what exactly how you planned it. But you was given a glimpse of, from a one-sided perspective, from what you offered. You know how you want to treat someone. You know the love you want to give. Now it's all about what you want to receive from a person. How you want to be on the same page as another person. Now it's all about the other person. You're educated enough. You are a good person to know what you expect from someone now. And none of us should ever tolerate any abuse of any kind, any ill behavior, any chaotic behavior, any deranged behavior. We shouldn't tolerate anything like that again in our existence. We should never tolerate another narcissist treating us that way. So just know that the narcissist is fully aware of what they lost. They know it's a huge mistake. They might plaster over the cracks and try and hide it. Try and glorify their life like it's not the truth. But deep down, I know it's the truth. And I know what goes on inside of them. And I know that when they've had something so valuable and it slipped through their fingers, they're left suffering afterwards as a consequence. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to this channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.